Oliver Ames High School Sports home game coverage is underwritten in part by Bank of Easton, Premier Properties, Law Office of Sutton & Sutton, Easton Historical Society and Museum. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for making coverage of all this year's home games possible.
Lineups first for the visiting Hornets. At forward, junior, number 12, Cara Santos. At guard, a senior, number 11, Natalia Gill. At guard, a senior captain, number 1, Bridget Hanley. At guard, a senior captain, number 2, Abby Wager. And at guard, a senior captain, number 24, Olivia Salisbury. Mansfield is coached by Heather McPherson. And now for your Tigers. At guard, a freshman, number 12, Maeve Horseman. At guard, a freshman, number 22, Cameron Durba. At forward, a junior, number 14, Annie Riley. At guard, a junior captain, number 15, Caden Sturba. And at guard, a senior captain, number 11, Maddie Homer. Oliver Ames is coached by Brittany Engel. At this time, we ask that those who are able, please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Throw those on, it's not too radical. Hello everybody and welcome. You're watching Oliver Ames High School Girls Basketball on ECAT, Easton Community Access Television. Check out all of our live and on-demand programming at eastoncat.org. If you haven't already, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just search for Easton Community Access Television. For Easton residents, you can watch live sports and other Easton Public School programming on Comcast 97, Verizon Fios 24. Select games also on the all-new ECAT channel, Comcast 1072, Verizon Fios 2122. Hello and welcome to Oliver Ames at the Nixon Gym. Here as we get ready for a girls basketball matchup, the Tigers taking on Mansfield here. Mansfield getting the tip early, feeding it inside, but Caden's Durba coming away with a nice little steal, getting the ball back towards Oliver Ames. Maeve Horseman with a shot. Up there on the floor for the Tigers. It's looking like Maddie Homer, Maeve Horseman, Cameron Durba. We got Annie Riley and Avery Gamble out there for the Tigers. Tigers the ball right now. Mansfield with the ball. Three-pointer coming from beyond the arc. Cadence Durba coming down with the rebound. That's Bridget Hanley on the shot. Out there on the floor for the Hornets, Bridget Hanley, Abby Wagner. Out there alongside Natalia Gill. and Olivia Salisbury. Cameron Derber with a three-point shot, not going to hit. Maeve Horseman coming down with a rebound, swinging it back up top. No scoring here. A minute into the first quarter here as we get going. Cadence Derber feeding inside to Horseman. Horseman throwing up a shot, not going to go. Another offensive rebound for the Tigers. That's Riley putting it back up. Fight for it, and it's Wagner bringing it down for the Hornets. Wagner working the ball over to Hanley. Hanley driving inside, working on Derba. Going to have a travel on Hanley. Refs aggressive with the travel calls. They don't let anything slide here. This MIAA division matchup. Mansfield taking on Oliver Ames. Cameron Derber with the ball, feeding to her left. She finds Horseman. Trying to feed inside to Riley, gets stripped though. And that's Wagner working down the court. Wagner at the rim, throwing it up, left hand, no good. Riley down with the rebound for the Tigers. Annie Riley coming up, works back to her left hand, driving towards the bucket, right-handed shot, rattles around, no good. Coming down with a rebound was Kara Santos. Santos trying to feed Hanley, throws it out of bounds. Tigers get the ball back. A sloppy turnover for the Hornets, gets the ball back in the hands of Cameron Derba to get things set for the Tigers. Derba works to her left, finds Maddie Homer. Cross court back up top to Derba, taking a long one from beyond the arc, hitting back rim, no good. And Santos trying to come down with the rebound, she can't, loses it out of bounds. Tigers still staying with the ball here. Long offensive possession for the Tigers. They get the ball back. Derba all the way up top to Cadence Derba. She's taking it from deep. Not going to go. And it is Olivia Salisbury on the board. Salisbury to her left side finds Gill. Gill with a handoff pass to Wagner. Now bouncing inside. Santos spinning around, trying to get down D. She puts up a shot, not going to go. Derba getting a tip on the board. Ends up in the Hornets' hand. And Hanley taking a shot. Not finding anything, bouncing out off of Santos. Going to be a Tiger ball. Still no scoring here, about 2.5 minutes into this one. Cameron Derba, three-pointer, not going to go. Tigers being aggressive with those three-point shots, specifically the Derbas, but the Hornets bringing it back down the floor. Salisbury up top, guarded by Homer. So a bounce pass inside to Santos. Santos working on Horseman. Travel the refs didn't see, but she connects for 2 points. That's the game's first 2 points. So Santos on a play inside the paint. Kara Santos. Tigers the ball now. Derba, handoff pass to Horseman. Gets a screen from Cadence Derba, now feeds to Homer. Back up top to Cadence Derba. Wants another look. Taking it high off the glass. Ends up in the hands of Wagner. Over to Santos now. Kara Santos looks for it. Doesn't want it. Drives inside, almost loses it. Gets the ball back up top to Hanley. Now to Wagner. Abby Wagner trying to feed inside. Cadence Derba got her hand on it. Maddie Homer comes down with it. Homer back to Derba. Driving in. Going to go all the way with it. Going to get fouled. And she's going to the line for 2 shots. Foul's coming on Bridget Hanley, senior captain. Excuse me. It's coming on Natalia Gill. And it will send Derba to the line for 2 shots. Derba's first one, no good. Rattles around. We'll get a change for the Hornets. Ella Palanza coming in. Looks like she took out Wagner. Derba's second one misses as well. Can't hit on either free throw. Hornets coming down the floor now. Hanley coming to his speed. Hands off to Santos, who's coming through the lane. Throws up a shot. Gets it back. Stays in bounds. Sends it up to Gill for a 3-point shot. It's not going to find it. Cadence Derba on the rebound. Quickly up to Cameron Derba. Cameron Derba with his speed. Bounce pass to Homer at the bucket. Good play in transition for the Tigers. Maddie Homer at the bucket for getting the Tigers first 2 points of the night. Hanley up top. Feeding over to Salisbury. Back up top to Hanley. They're playing pass, but Homer interrupts it. Getting her hand in there. Maddie Homer with a nice strip. Trying to feed it to Cameron Derba. A little bit too much on it. Just over her head and out of bounds. Hornets get the ball back. Defensive play here in the first quarter. Only 2 field goals. But we got a close one. It's a good one. Salisbury moving over to Hanley. Guarded closely in the corner by Homer. Needs help. Hands off to Santos. Hornets rework the ball back up top. Palanza with a handoff over to Gill. Gill trying to get around Durba. Driving inside over to Santos. Taking the three. Not going to go. Rebound is Hornets. That's Palanza coming down with it. Her shot gets blocked by Durba, and it gets tied up. Going Tiger way. Nice little defensive play by the Tigers. It was Durba who got a hand on that ball there. And then Annie Riley to tie it up. 3:09 to go in the first. Cameron Durba going all the way to the bucket, putting it up. Doesn't get the spin she needed. And it goes Hornets. Hornets come down with the rebound. Hanley inside. Gets stripped. She's going to get fouled. Going to call that one on Cameron Durba. Some changes for the Hornets as Brooke Butler coming in, taking out Natalia Gill. Inside, trying to feed it into Palanza. They can't get it to her, and Cadence Durba coming away with a steal. Quick foul on her, but the Tigers get the ball back, and a nice defensive play by Cadence Durba. Cameron Durba brings it up the court, feeds it to Sarah Hilliard, newly entered in the game. Cadence Durba underneath, a little underhand pass over to Annie Riley, whose shot doesn't fall. Hornets come down with a rebound. Palanza driving through the lane, left-handed pass going over to Butler. Butler working on Riley. Back up top to Hanley to slow things down for the Hornets. Hanley, Palanza now, feeding through at the bucket, working on Hilliard, gets over, 2 points. Ella Palanza working all the way through the lane. Now we got Durba throwing up a shot, not going to go. Good defense by the Hornets. And it's Olivia Salisbury coming down with the board. She's working up the court now, guarded by Homer. 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Handoff pass to Palanza. Feed inside to Santos. Gets blocked by Durba. Great defensive play by Durba. We end up with a foul on Annie Riley. But Durba with her second or third block here in this first quarter. Having a great defensive quarter. Changes for the Tigers. Annie Riley coming out. Avery Gamble going in. Up top, they feed it to Santos. Guarded closely by Hilliard with a bounce pass. Trying to find Butler, but another steal by Cadence Durba. Sends it all the way up court and out of bounds. But Cadence Durba comes away with another. Forces another turnover for the Hornets. Great defensive quarter. But the Hornets with the ball now. Got Hanley, feeds it over to Salisbury. Back up top to Palanza, now in the corner now, taking the three-point shots. Hanley, it's going to fall. Bridget Hanley connects from her first shot from beyond the arc tonight. Hits the first free three-pointer of the game. Hornets jump out to a 7-2 lead. Minute 20 to go here in this first quarter. Cameron Durba feeding over to Homer. Homer fakes the pass, works it back up top now to Hilliard. Hilliard in the corner, guarded by Santos. Works it back to her left hand, stops, needs help, gets it up top from Durba. 13 on the shot clock as Cadence Durba driving in, puts up a right-handed shot, gonna get fouled on it. Head to the line for 2. Foul's coming on Santos. And it will send Durba back to the line. Her second time at the line tonight, 0 for 2. Looking to change things here. Unlucky. It's been just bad bounces at the rim. The shots have looked good, but she's 0 for 3 at the line. Can't get that one to go either, and we have a line violation on Green, so she's going to get another shot. Left before ball hit the rim. And on the third try, Durba finally connects. She gets a little bit of redemption there. 7-3 game, minute to play here in the first quarter. Gamble, little aggressive defense all around by the Tigers. Now Santos mid-range 2 hits. Nice little mid-range 2. Hornets doing a nice job to feed Santos. Santos, nice job scoring in this first quarter. Tigers quickly get the ball to Avery Gamble, throwing up a shot. She's going to get fouled on. And this time Gamble's going to the line. Fouls on Rose Marr, newly checked into the game. Gamble hits her first. Tigers make a change. Catherine Farley taking out Hilliard. Second shot falls as Gamble hits them both. 4-point game, under a minute to go here in the first. Bridget Hanley bringing it up the court. Over to Palanza, back up top to Hanley. She's got it by Durba. Gamble covering them both now. Working over to Wagner. Wagner driving in. Works back out. Palanza, cross-court pass. Hanley in the corner. Up top to Wagner now. Taking the shot. Going to be short. Hits front rim. And Cameron Durba on the rebound. She gets fouled by Wagner. She could have grabbed that ball cleanly from Wagner. She had a nice little open lane to the bucket if she had a little speed behind her. 23 to play. Shot clock's been turned off. Tigers will most likely play for the last shot of the quarter. Cameron Durba with tempo over to Cadence Durba. Guarded by Palanza beyond the arc. They work it over to Farley. Farley feeding Cadence. Cadence fakes it and drives inside. Now trying to feed Farley. Farley wasn't ready for the pass, and Wagner comes down with the ball. Wagner at the bucket, thought of a shot. They're going to say she got stripped on the way up, and it's staying Hornet ball. 0.2 on the clock. Mansfield got to do something quick with it. Almost a little touch shot. You're not going to have time for that, but she didn't get that off. Doesn't matter anyways. Shot doesn't fall. That's how this quarter ends. 9-5, a defensive first quarter. Cadence Durba, I think, had about 3 blocks. We had a nice Bridget Hanley corner 3-point shot. Other than that, kind of quiet offensively. 9-5. Be back. Second quarter of play with this break. Out of the break on the floor for the Tigers, looking like Gamble, Homer, Cadence Durba, Cameron Durba, and Catherine Farley, the same 5 that are out there when the quarter broke. For the Hornets, it's Wagner, Salisbury with the ball. Wagner with the ball now. Santos, Marr, and Gill back into the game. Wagner up top, guarded by Durba. Bounce pass inside to Santos, who's guarded by Farley. That shot's not going to fall, and Cameron Durba comes down with the rebound. Cameron Durba bringing the ball up the court now, feeding over to Cadence. Cadence faking the shot, working it in. Now pass back to Cameron. Cameron and Cadence Durba having the ball beyond the arc, trying to feed inside to Farley. Pass doesn't connect. Hornets come down with it. This time Homer coming away with a great steal. Homer at the bucket. Doesn't connect on the layup. And Mansfield has the ball coming offensively. Salisbury hands it off to Wagner. Wagner working in, mid-range 2, jumper. We're going to have a foul on Farley. Didn't see it, just looking at the ball. But it's going to send Abby Wagner to the line, the senior captain of this Hornets team. First shot, no good. 4-point game. About a minute into this second quarter here. Wagner's second shot, not going to go either. Ball's going to go out off of Durba. Stay Hornet possession. Mansfield, ball offensively with a fresh shot clock. Getting it inside, feeding Marr. Marr spinning around, looking for help. Durba gets her hand in there, knocks it away. Hornets come down with it, though. Over to Marr, now getting blocked by Campbell. Hornets still have the ball as Gill's able to recover. Gill working it back up top to Salisbury, who hands it off to Palanza. Palanza driving in now, left-handed shot, gonna fall. So the Tigers defensively doing what they're supposed to, just not getting the breaks there they should be. Knocking the ball away 2 or 3 times. Hornets just getting offensive rebounds and able to recover the ball. Cameron Gerber though through the lane, left-handed layup at the bucket falls. Tigers bounce back with 2 points of their own. And have a little blocking foul on Gamble. Into the game for Mansfield. Hanley coming back in, and for the Tigers, it's Hilliard taking out Cadence Durba. Over to Salisbury in the corner, picked up by Hilliard, working it back up top for Hanley. Hanley to her left side, now Palanza. Trying to get around Durba into the corner. Feeds it to Salisbury. Salisbury working it back up top. Hornets trying to get something inside. Bounce pass over to Hanley. Has to bring it back out. 15 on the shot clock. Salisbury going in. Not going to say she got fouled. Say on who? Going to say it's on Hilliard. And it will send Salisbury to the line for 2 shots. First one no good for Salisbury. Score stays the same. No changes for either side. Shot up, shot falls. And the lead grows to 5. Tigers, a little bit of speed here. Cameron Durba trying to get around Salisbury, feeding to Homer inside. Homer underneath the bucket, works it back up top to Hilliard. Hilliard has to control, feeds it back to Homer. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound is fought for, loose on the ground. Going to get tied up, it's still loose. Works its way out of bounds, and the refs are going to say off of a Mansfield player. So the Tigers, aggressive play on the ground, works in their favor. As they get a fresh shot clock at 35. Sarah Hilliard quickly, no good, and the rebound is going to go out of bounds, but they can say a little over the back on Farley, who's going to check out as Horseman comes in for the Tigers. Bridget Hanley working it up the floor for the Hornets to her left side. Trying to get inside, gets stopped by Gamble. Ball is loose on the floor, and Gamble comes down with it. Gamble now up all the way, trying to feed it to Horseman. Going to go out off of a Hornets player. Stay Tiger ball. As Cadence Durba is going to come in, taking out Maddie Homer. 5:25 to go here in the second quarter. Cameron Durba inside, working up to Cadence Durba. Now trying to go inside to Hilliard, gets picked off though. Palanza coming down with it. Palanza driving at the floor, stops, pulls back to Hanley to reset things for the Hornets. Salisbury, a handoff pass to Gill, guarded by Gamble. Working it back up top now. Bounce pass inside, Santos at the bucket, connects. Santos in the paint tonight. He's controlling that offensive paint for the Mansfield Hornets. Cadence Durba getting a screen from Cameron was getting a screen from Cadence, but Horseman throwing up a right-handed floater isn't going to find anything. Hornets let it travel out of bounds. They get possession back. Back on the floor for Mansfield. Wagner comes back out, taking out Gill. Mansfield gets a little bit of size back. Still a close game, 7 points the difference. Under 5 to go here in the second quarter. Shot's not going to go. Tigers down with the rebound. That's Cadence Durba feeding it over to Cameron. Cameron Durba coming through the lane with speed. Over to Hilliard. Nice pass inside. She gets fouled. Hilliard's going to the line. But Cameron Durba, good awareness to feed that ball over to Sarah Hilliard underneath the bucket. Put the foul on Santos. As Hilliard gets her first shots at the line tonight. First one falls for Hilliard. Santos coming out, and Brooke Butler coming back in for the Hornets. Hilliard's second one, no good. Butler down with the rebound for the Hornets. Mansfield has it. Offensively now at the top, it's Hanley. Hanley getting over to Salisbury for a mid-range floater. Saved by Marr, but it ends up in the hands of the Tigers. Cadence Durba to slow things down a little bit. Now Gamble, a wide open three-point look. Isn't going to go, but Horseman's there to fight for the rebound. She comes down with it and gets fouled on her way down. Call the foul on Palanza. And Tigers are in the bonus, so they're going to get one-on-ones at the line to send Horseman for her first free throws of the game. Shots up for Horseman. It's good. She's going to get another. Chance to make this a 4-point game. Second one, no good, and Wagner comes down with the rebounds for the Hornets. Quickly now, Hanley in transition, trying to feed it to Palanza underneath. She has it behind the back. Nice little layup by Palanza, getting the Hornets 2 points. Good ball movement by the Tigers. Tigers trying to work things quickly now. Cameron Durba loses the ball to that's Salisbury. Salisbury in the steal. Salisbury works over to Wagner. Wagner driving inside, gets blocked by Durba. That's her 4th block of the game. Homer back into the game for the Tigers. Inside pass feeds to Wagner. She puts up a little 2-point shot that falls. Lead grows to 9 for the Hornets' biggest lead of the night. Avery Gamble driving inside, gets fouled. Oh, the shot falls, but they're going to say fouls on the floor. Basket falls, never mind. Never mind. We're going to call it on the shot. Basket's good. Going to call it on Marr. Smart? Oh, yeah. Fouls on Marr. And it'll send Gamble to the line, trying to make this a 3-point play. She does. Nice little momentum play for the Tigers. Changes the 9-point lead into a 6-point lead for the Hornets. Three and a half to go here in the second quarter. Hanley on a point for the Hornets, works it over to Wagner. Inside feed to Hanley, ball's loose, she comes down with it. Works it over to Butler in the corner, taking a shot now. Marr throwing it back up, no good. That one working out off of Rose Marr. Crowd's not happy. I think the ref got the call right. Gamble quickly to Horseman now. It's stolen. Tigers are just throwing passes around and turning the ball over on these deep passes when they could just carry the ball up the court by dribbling it. Missed shot by the Hornets, and Horseman comes down with it. Horseman with speed, throwing up a shot. Gets knocked around. Gamble has to come down with it. Feeds it up to Durba, who Durba looked like she wanted to shoot it. Another turnover for the Tigers. Ball ends up in the hands of Wagner. Wagner inside to the bucket. Gets blocked by Durba again. Defensively, Cadence Durba is having the game. Avery Gamble, the ball for the Tigers. Taking the three. Hitting the three. Avery Gamble. 6 points in the last couple possessions. Getting the Tigers back in the game here. Hanley. And a steal from Gamble. She's getting it on both sides of the floor. Avery Gamble. Over to Horseman now. Horseman controlling. Back out. Avery Gamble wants another one. Not going to go. Homer's there to collect the rebound, putting up another shot. No good. And we get a timeout. Mansfield, 2:08 to go here in the second quarter of action. 15-18. Back and forth. Tigers on a little bit of a run now. 6-point run. This game was 18-7 to 9 not too long ago, but Avery Gamble with a nice and one, connects on the free throw and then hitting a three-pointer. Tigers are right back in this one. Defensively, Cadence Durba. I wish I had a pen. I would write down how many blocks she's had. It's either 3 or 4, maybe even 5. Defensively, she's been on her game. Tigers, though, being a little bit too quick with the ball offensively. They get the ball and they want to make a lot of moves quickly right inside. Lots of quick passes, trying to feed the middle. When, realistically, you can just slow things down a little bit, wait till that pass is surefire, and then take it. But it's leading to a lot of turnovers. And as a result, Mansfield has a lead here. 2 minutes to go here in the second. Out of the break, different look for the Tigers, sending out Cadence Durba, Brianna Montero, Avery Gamble, Annie Riley, and Maddie Homer. For the Hornets, same 5, looking like Salisbury, Gill, excuse me, they took out Wagner. Salisbury, Gill, Hanley, Marr, and Butler. Over to Marr. Marr for the Hornets, trying to work around Montero. She can't. They get the ball back up to Hanley. Now it's Salisbury feeding inside. Throw the shot. It's going to be another block. I didn't see if that one was Homer or if that one was Durba, but if I had to take a guess, I'd say Durba. Inside, the pass goes into Marr. Works it up top back to Palanza. Now Gill gets blocked by Cadence Durba again. I swear to God. Now, ball gets tied up. Maddie Homer, Cadence Durba. Good job jumping on that ball, getting the Tigers the possession back. But Cadence Durba could have just had 2 blocks within a minute. She's defensively controlling the game for the Tigers. Definitely a reason why the Tigers are still in this one. Brianna Montero back up top to Cadence Durba, long 3. Hits the glass. And Gill comes down with the rebounds for the Hornets. Gill getting pressed by Montero all the way up. Needs help. Handoff over to Palanza. Driving inside is Brooke Butler and throwing up a shot. Brianna Montero getting called for the block. And it will send Butler to the line for 2 shots. .106 to go here in the second. Shot falls for Butler as the lead grows to 4 for the Hornets. Hits them both. 5-point game, about a minute to go. Homer brings it up court for the Tigers. Over to Durba. Durba just gets her hands on it. Now needs help. Gets it from Gamble. Avery Gamble, the drive inside, feeding over to Annie Riley. Annie Riley underneath, put up a shot, gets blocked. Hornets coming down with it. Quickly now to Hanley. Hanley works it back up top to Palanza. Handoff pass to Gill. Got it by Annie Riley. About 35 to go. We got to stop and play. Foul away from the ball, didn't see it. Looks like it's going to be on Palanza, though, and the Tigers get the ball back. 7/10 of a second separating the shot and game clock. Cameron Durba bringing the ball up the court. Works it over to Avery Gamble, 3-pointer. No good, a little bit too much of a line drive, but she gets her own rebound. She gets fouled on it. Tigers in the bonus. Gamble's going to the line. Foul is going to be called on Abby Wagner. And Avery Gamble back at the line once again. Hits her first. She's going to get another. Second shot falls as well. It's a 3-point game. 25 seconds to go here in the second. Hornets going to play for the last shot of the half. Hanley feeding over to Salisbury. Back to Hanley. Needs help with a bounce pass inside. Finds Marr. Now it's up to Hanley. 11 to shoot. Needs help. Marr, double guarded. Cross-court pass all the way to Salisbury. Now inside to Hanley. 2-point shot hits. It's the last shot of the quarter. As at the half. 22-17, the final of this half. Sorry, not final. The score at halftime here as we take a break. Tigers defensively looking great. Cadence Durba having a nice defensive afternoon, and Avery Gamble with a nice little string of points to keep the Tigers in it. But Tigers down 5 at half. See if things change after the break. Stay tuned for the second half of action after this.
To keep you connected and involved in the community. On ECAT, you can explore the town with Gail Devins.
Hello, I'm Gail Devins, and welcome to our show, Discover Easton.
Tell your story with Harrison Young on Topic Time.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young on a...
Learn something new with the Ames Free Library. Relax with the Ron Van Dam Show.
Ron Van Dam Show, that's who I am. I'm Ron Van Dam. Thank you so much.
Check in on the latest and live town meetings.
2022 Select Board meeting, and Happy New Year.
Stay up to date with all of our Ames High School news and live sports.
Tiger Talk.
Share your thoughts on the community forum.
Welcome to Community Forum.
And listen to some exciting new music. So stay connected with Easton Community Access Television. Oliver Ames High School Sports home game coverage is underwritten in part by Bank of Easton, Premier Properties, Law Office of Sutton & Sutton, Easton Historical Society and Museum. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for making coverage of all this year's home games possible.
Easton Community Access TV, or ECAT, is pleased to announce format changes to its website, www.eastoncat.org. Our viewers will now be able to watch online 24/7, 4 channels streaming live the following program areas: public, education, and government, as well as offering high definition or HD. Moreover, when viewers log into the website, they will be greeted by spectacular drone footage
At ECAT, we're here to keep you connected and involved in the community. On ECAT, you can explore the town with Gail Devins.
Hello, I'm Gail Devins, and welcome to our show, Discover Easton.
Tell your story with Harrison Young on Topic Time.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young on a...
Learn something new with the Ames Free Library. Relax with the Ron Van Dam Show.
Ron Van Dam Show, that's who I am. I'm Ron Van Dam. Thank you so much.
Check in on the latest in live town
January
meetings.
2022 Select Board meeting and Happy New Year.
Stay up to date with Oliver Ames High School news and live sports.
Tiger Talk.
Share your thoughts on the community forum.
Welcome to Community Forum.
And listen to some exciting new music. So stay connected with Easton Community Access Television. Oliver Ames High School sports home game coverage is underwritten in part by Bank of Easton, Premier Properties, Law Office of Sutton and Sutton, Easton Historical Society and Museum. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for making coverage of all this year's home games possible.
Easton Community Access TV, or ECAT, is pleased to announce format changes to its website, www.eastoncat.org. Our viewers will now be able to watch online 24/7, 4 channels streaming live the following program areas: public, education, and government, as well as offering high definition, or HD. Moreover, when viewers log into the website, they will be greeted by spectacular drone footage depicting beautiful, historic Easton. Furthermore, ECAT's revised content on demand provides shows, meetings, concerts, sports, and more in convenient playlists. The community calendar page gives viewers a listing of community events which ECAT is recording and live streaming for the current month. On this page, viewers can also request coverage of an event which they would like ECAT to film and broadcast. In the New to Easton section, newcomers can find a list of local resources and videos on the history of Easton and on its prestigious historical buildings, as well as tours of local businesses. ECAT has made these changes for easier navigation of its website and for better communication with its viewing audience. Thank you for watching.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. You're watching all of Ames High School girls basketball on ECAT, Eastern Community Access Television. Check out all of our live and on-demand programming at eastoncat.org. Haven't already? Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just search for Easton Community Access Television. For Easton residents, you can watch live sports and other Easton Public School programming on Comcast 97 and Verizon Fios 24. Select games also on the all-new ECAT channel, Comcast 1072. Verizon Fios 2122. Welcome back out of the break. 2 quick points for the Hornets as they control things here, 24-17. Getting going for the second half of action here at the Nixon Gymnasium at Oliver Ames High School. Cadence Durba coming out shooting. 3-point shot, hits back rim. I think she's 0 for 3 from beyond the arc tonight, but defensively, Cadence Durba is keeping the Tigers in this game. She's got to have 5 blocks. Abby Wagner travels in with a mid-range 2 for the Hornets, no good. Maddie Homer coming down with a rebound. Swinging it up quickly for Cameron Durba. 3-point shot from Durba, no good. Tigers, a little bit antsy with the ball. Lots of quick shots, lots of quick passes that aren't surefire. You're down 7 points in this game, and they're taking the first shot they see. Hornets on the other side feeding the ball, a little bit of ball movement, trying to get a nice developed shot, feeding it inside to Santos. She gets, was that another block for Durba? I'm going to lose my mind. She's going to hit 10 blocks. Cameron Durba putting up a floater, doesn't get the lucky bounce, but Annie Riley with a great job on the rebound. Durba feeding over to Gamble, mid-range 2, doesn't get the bounce she needs. Ends up in the hands of Salisbury for the Hornets. Salisbury feeding over to Hanley. Guarded closely by Durba, back up top to Wagner. Over to Gill, into the corner now. Salisbury, bounce pass inside. Hanley needs to do something with it. Perks it back out. Salisbury, 3 is going to be short, high off the glass, and Cadence Durba with the rebound. Durba working over to Gamble, stop short. 2-point mid-range, no good, hits back rim. Tigers aren't getting the shots they want to fall here early in the third quarter. Wagner cross court over to Hanley. Driving inside, back up top, Salisbury. Over to Wagner now, slowing things down to the Hornets, trying to get it underneath to Hanley. Hanley cut a little bit too much, pass just behind her from Wagner, hits off her hands and out of bounds. Montero coming in for the Tigers, taking out Durba. Cadence Durba, and that's Catherine Farley taking out Cameron Durba. So 2 switches for the Tigers as this third quarter doesn't start the way they want it to. Gamble working in all the way. She gets fouled. Offensively, Avery Gamble is taking control of this Tigers team. Scoring-wise, ball handling-wise, she's making plays happen on the offensive side of the ball. Homer looking to get the ball in. She's trying to feed it to Riley. Riley fights for it, comes down with it, now needs to get it to a teammate. Gamble, floater, hits. Avery Gamble, first 2 points of the half for the Tigers. 5-point game, just over 5 minutes to go. Over to who's that? Wagner. Works it up top to Salisbury, now to Hanley. Hanley, a couple of dribbles, now back to Salisbury. Everything coming from beyond the arc from the Hornets, so Hanley says I might as well shoot. Hits the side of the rim, and Maddie Homer comes down with it. She was fighting with Salisbury for the ball, ends up throwing it off of her, out of bounds, control the possession. And Tigers slow things down. Exactly 5 to go, 19-24 the score here. Tigers get a nice offensive possession. Gamble to her left side, pulls back out, feeds Farley underneath at the bucket, 2-point hits. Nice job by Farley, come through that lane to stop. Take the pass, put it up. Good job by Gamble to recognize that she was open in the paint. Over to the right side, Hanley finds Salisbury. They're playing pass on that side. Now Salisbury decides to drive in, trying to feed it to Wagner, and it's Gamble intercepting the pass. Avery Gamble getting a little work from Salisbury. She feeds the ball over to Homer, now to Brianna Montero in the corner. Montero driving in, throwing up a left-handed shot. Looks really good on the way up. Good job by Montero to work through that lane. The shot doesn't go. Mansfield comes down with it and calls a timeout. 4:15 to go, 3-point game, 24-21. and then things slow down a little bit, but they're on a little bit of a streak here, coming back into it. Mansfield decides to call a timeout. Defensively, the Tigers have been very sound. Lots of strips by Cadence Durba. I think Avery Gamble just had a steal there. Matty Homer, aggressive play defensively, jumping on loose balls. It's definitely kept the Tigers in this one. Offensively, though, it looks like they've been rushing the passes, rushing the shots. I've never been a basketball coach, but I would slow things down for the Tigers team. Maybe get a little bit more control. .4:15 to go, 3-point game. Mansfield getting the ball out of the break. Caitlin Trolillo gets her first look at the game, as she takes out Wagner. Wagner comes out and Hanley come out. They put in Palanza and Troillo. Troillo. There's a lot of names. I do the best I can. We got a little break. Wet floor. We don't got the towel boys, the mop boys, so we must improvise. If anyone cares, the New England Patriots just got eliminated from playoff contention. It's a very sad moment for all across New England. They lose to the Bills today, and Miami wins. We're back at Oliver Ames basketball here. Hanley with the ball now, working on Montero to her right side. Finds Trujillo. Now back up top to Hanley. Ooh, Avery Gamble coming in there, almost swatted that ball away. Loose ball, Montero got her hand on it, and it ends up in the hands of Annie Riley. Riley coming down the floor now on that left side, feeding inside to Farley. The bounce pass back to Riley. Riley just wasn't ready for it. Hits off her knee, goes out of bounds. Heads over to us. Bridget Hanley running point for the Hornets tonight. Brings the ball up the court. Over to Santos. Works it back out to Trujillo. Now Hanley up at the top again. Over to Palanza. Inside pass trying to feed. Who's that? Rose Marr, but Tigers get their hand on it and knock it out of bounds. Disrupt the play. Hornets get another go at it. 19 on the shot clock. Hanley gets the ball into Palanza, feeding it into Santos inside. Couple of dribbles trying to get around Montero. Up now, Hanley with an open look three and hits. Bridget Hanley from beyond the arc with a nice open three. Draws the lead up to 6 for the Hornets. Homer over to Gamble. Gamble gets a screen from Farley, uses it to her left side, now works it back out. Inside now, going up. Too much on it, hits off the top of the glass and into the hands of the Hornets. Bridget Hanley trying to get around Montero. Good little press coming by Brianna Montero. Hanley, good ball skills, working it up around her. Now into the corner, another three-point shot. Trujillo, no good. Santos with a nice rebound. Santos needs help, gets it up top. Hanley wants another one, takes it, hits it. Bridget Hanley on 2 possession has 6 points. Has brought this lead back up to 9. We get a timeout, Tigers. Like I said, it's streaky on both sides. About 5 or 6 points for the Tigers. We get about 5 or 6 points for the Hornets, but the Hornets staying true. They've had a lead since the first quarter. It stayed close, though. Biggest lead of the game, I believe, was 9, which is what we're at right now. So it's a good time to call a timeout for Coach Brittany Engel. See what they change up on either side of the ball. 2:38 to go, 9-point game. Out of the break, some changes for the Tigers. Sarah Hilliard and Cameron Durba coming back out. Changing things up. Grabbing Annie Riley and Caden Sturba. Or Brianna Montero. I don't think Cadence was out there before the break. Mighty Homer with a quick three-point shot. Not going to go, but Farley has a nice offensive rebound. Feeding Hilliard underneath. Works through the contact that the ref didn't see. I saw it. But Sarah Hilliard gets to the board. 2 points. Nice little play for the Tigers. Especially coming off an offensive board by Farley. Loose ball. Palanza picks it back up, though. Driving inside. Left-handed shot. A little bit too much on it. It's fought for and gets tied up. I believe it's going Tiger way. I thought it was going to be going Hornets way, but Tigers get the ball back. Ball gets tied up. Farley and Marr tying it up. Some changes. Salisbury coming back in for Trujillo on the Hornet side of things. Cameron Durba to her left side. Handoff pass over to Caden Durba. Working it over now, Maddie Homer. Feeding up beyond the arc to Cameron Durba. Good ball moving by the Tigers. She's throwing the shot that falls. They're going to call the foul on the... Is that on the shot? I'm going to say it's on the shot. They're going to count the bucket. Bucket counts. Foul is on... Who's that? Brooke Butler on the Hornets. And it will send Cameron Durba to the line, trying to make this a three-point play. 30-25. We got 5 points. The difference right now. Cameron Durba, no good. Rebound. Farley fights for it, ties it up, going to Hornet way this time. But defensively, a good, nice little scrappy play by Catherine Farley to tie the ball up. Under 2 to go here in the third quarter. 5 points the difference. Bridget Hanley bringing it up for the Hornets. Works it back out to someone to take a mid-range two that doesn't hit. Now Palanza putting up a shot, no good. Farley comes down with it. Feeding Hilliard. Hilliard quickly through the lane. Guarded by Marr. Left-handed shot just doesn't fall. And the Hornets come down with it. The other way now. Palanza inside. Feeding over to Butler for a three-pointer that isn't going to go. And Cadence Durba comes down with it. Feeding Cameron now. Camera over to Sarah Hilliard. Off the glass and in. She's going to the line for a three-point play. 27-30. Tigers drawing close. It's going to be Rose Marr on the foul as she's coming out. Santos coming back in. Hanley also coming up for the Hornets as Wagner comes back in as well. Sarah Hilliard, no good, but Farley, another offensive board, working it back out to Hilliard to Homer for a two-pointer. No good, another offensive board for Farley. Cadence Durba up top, 3 hits, and we got a tie game. For the first time since the first quarter, this game is tied 30 all after a Cadence Durba three-pointer up 2. Catherine Farley offensive rebounds. Salisbury over to Wagner, loses it. Under a minute to go here in the third. Inside, gets blocked by Durba. Ball ends up in the hands of Farley. It's loose. Durba trying to tip it. It's still loose. And Butler is the one who controls it. But Cadence Durba once again with another block. This one's not going to go for the Hornets. Another rebound for Farley. Quickly to Cameron Durba at the bucket behind the back pass to Homer, who puts it up with her left. Oh, it just doesn't fall. And the Hornets come down with it. Gets tied up. I believe all of Ames possession. 18 to go. Cameron Durba, the behind the back feed to Homer looked beautiful. Just didn't get the right bounce at the rim to fall. Nonetheless, 18 to go and the Tigers still with possession here. Inside all the way to the top to Farley. Tigers working for the last shot of the quarter. Needs help, works over to Homer, inside to Hilliard. Hilliard driving around, gets fouled, ooh, she traveled. And it's a turnover for Hilliard. Hornets. Oh, they touched it. Just didn't pick it up. Hanley now, 7 on the clock to shoot. Up top, slowing things down, getting a good look. takes the shot, not going to go. That's going to be it for the third quarter. Tied as the Tigers come back in the third. Some nice plays from Sarah Hilliard. Cadence Derber with a bunch of blocks again. Nothing different there, and a nice three-pointer to tie it from her. We're tied at 30. Brand new basketball game with 8 minutes to play. Fourth quarter of action coming up after the short little break. Eight minutes left. We're out of the break. Tied at 30 as the Tigers and the Hornets have 8 minutes to battle for a winner in this one here at the Nixon Gymnasium at Ames High School. Hornets get the ball to start it, and we're underway. Hanley feeding it over to Palanza. Now to Salisbury in the corner. Got it by Homer. Gets a screen from Gill. Works it back up top to Hanley. To her right side. Works it back to her left. Inside. Back out to Palanza. Almost loses it. Good defense by the Tigers. Keeping the Hornets basically out. But a nice bounce pass inside to Santos. Gets either stripped or blocked. I don't know. Oh! Cameron Derber decided to make that pass before she got the ball. The ball ends up out of bounds. And the Hornets have things here. Hanley with a bounce pass to Salisbury, who feeds it to Palanza. Palanza controls and hands it back off to Gill, who's going to take the three-pointer. Not going to find anything. Go out off of the Hornets for a Tigers possession. Cameron Derba feeding over to Hilliard. Hilliard working on Gill, using the size, throwing the shot, no call. And Hanley comes down with it. Hanley bringing it up the court, feeding Palanza underneath at the bucket. Doesn't get the bounce. Homer, fast-paced basketball to start this fourth quarter. Cameron Derba stops, pulls up, mid-range two, falls from Cameron. And the Tigers, I think, get their first lead of the night. Hanley works on that right side, needs help, pulls back out, three-pointer, falls. Bridget Hanley, couple of three-pointers tonight, gets that one to fall. We got a back-and-forth little basketball game here. Cadence Derba says, challenge me, takes this one from deep, hits back rim, and Salisbury is the one that comes down with it. Salisbury driving in, pulls back out. Palanza on Homer now, left-handed shot, gets fouled, and it falls. Little chance of a shot, throwing it up over her. And they're going to call Homer on the foul and send Palanza to the line for a possible three-point play. Farley's coming out, putting Gamble back in. A little bit of a momentum shift for the Hornets here. That one doesn't fall. Derber went down. Gill comes down with the ball. Might have been a loose ball foul there, but I'm not down on that side of the floor. Palanza feeding it back to Santos, mid-range, hits. Santos is having a game inside. Quickly now, the Tigers in transition. Hornets weren't ready. Oh, the Tigers didn't get the... Okay, they fed it up to Gamble. Gamble at the line, beat all the Hornets in transition. Didn't get the spin she needed. Hilliard there to collect the rebound, put it back up. Happened so fast, I had to tell it to you after it happened. Santos inside now at the rim. I'm telling you, Santos too. Santos is controlling the paint for the Hornets on the other side of the ball. Cameron Derba with speed, feeds it to Hilliard. Nice pass from Derba. Gets that ball to Sarah Hilliard, and Sarah Hilliard puts it off the glass for two. 3 points the difference, 39-36. About 5 to go. Salisbury with the ball. Back up top to Hanley. Hanley feeds Palanza. Gill now. Gill driving in, back out. Everything coming from outside from Mansfield right now. Can't work it in. Hanley tries working it in, fakes the pass, put up a shot, doesn't find anything. Ball's loose. Palanza gets fouled, and they're going to call that a shot attempt. She was throwing it up behind her back, but nonetheless, she's going to the line for 2 shots. Foul is on Cadence Durba. First one good for Palanza. Farley coming back in, taking out Cadence. Second one no good. Catherine Farley having a good day rebounding. They work the ball to Hilliard now. Hilliard a little bit of speed, pulls back out to Gamble. Now Cameron with so much separation. Doesn't hit on a 3. Travels out of bounds. Hornets ball. A 4-point lead for the Hornets as Bridget Hanley brings it up. Feeds it over to Gill, to Wagner, now Salisbury. Hanley inside, working on Durba. Back out, Wagner, mid-range, no good. Avery Gamble's there to collect the rebound, and they're going to say she traveled. It's going to be a quick turnover for the Tigers. Gives the Hornets another chance here. 4:20 on the clock. 40-36. The score, Hornet basketball. All the way up top, they find Wagner. Collects the pass, feeds it to Santos. Santos loses it. Homer collects. Homer quickly trying to feed Gamble. Gill was there to see that. Gets right in the way of the pass. Comes down with the basketball. Gill now needs help. Feeds to Salisbury. Driving inside. Going to have a block on Gamble. Gives the Hornets a fresh shot off here. Kira Fitzpatrick coming into the game for the first time for the Hornets, taking out Gill. Or maybe not. Yep, there she is. Okay. There were 6 players out there for a second. They fix it. Pass goes to Wagner. Over to Salisbury. Slowing things down again for the Hornets. Controlling this tempo of this game. Santos, bounce pass back out to someone, but it eventually finds its way over to Wagner. Abby Wagner, senior captain, the ball now. Stutter step with a bounce pass inside to Santos. Loose ball. Homer once again coming away with the loose ball. Maddie Homer at midcourt. Passes over to Cadence Durba. Fakes the look. Drives inside with a left hand. Gets fouled. Shot just doesn't fall, but Cadence Durba going to the line. 2 free throws here. Foul coming on Wagner. And it will give Cadence Durba 2 free throws here. First shot no good from Durba. She's had a tough day at the line. Second shot no good either. But Farley with a good offensive rebound feeds it back out to Durba. Durba with another opportunity here. Gets stuck, needs help, finds Cameron. Cameron, mid-range 2, hits. The Tigers get something out of that here. End up turning it into 2 points. Hanley, 2-point game, 3 to play. Inside Wagner, back out, Santos, 3-pointer, hits. Santos, that's her first shot from beyond the arc, and she hits on it. She's been having a game unnoticed. Durba wants to bounce back, and she does off the glass from deep. Durba answers, and they're letting them fly here late. Under 3 to play, 2-point game, 43-41. Hanley feed to Salisbury. Over inside, trying to find the newly checked into the game, Fitzpatrick. Santos again from beyond the arc. She's on fire. That's Kara Santos, who has controlled this game. Tigers trying to bounce back, and they can't. Santos coming down with a rebound. We get a timeout. Hornets, 2:29 to play. 5-point game, 46-41, and the Hornets have the basketball. Kara Santos, back-to-back three-pointers, 6 points, gives the Hornets a nice little 5-point cushion here with 2:30 to play. She's been controlling the offensive play all game. Underneath the basket, lots of offensive boards, defensive boards, second chance opportunities, controlling the paint, and now, late in the fourth, she's shooting. Connecting on all of her three-pointers, I believe. She's 2 for 2. But we got 2:29 to go. Out of the break, Gamble, Cadence Durba, Cameron Durba, Maddie Homer, Sarah Hilliard for the Tigers as the Hornets get the ball into Hanley, and the clock gets moving. Hanley to Salisbury, guarded by Homer on that far side. Now to Gill, feeds back to Hanley. Into Santos. Santos working on Hilliard, throwing it up, and hits. Kara Santos is having a quarter. 8 points on 3 possessions. Kara Santos have a game. Cameron Durba up back top to Avery Gamble. They feed to Cadence Durba, who loses it, regains possession, needs help behind the back pass to Hilliard. Hilliard using the baseline, feed to Homer, off the glass and in. Good ball movement, gets the Tigers 2 points and keeps their hopes alive in this one. 5 points, under 2 to play. Palanza with a handoff to Salisbury. Now over to Hanley. Guarded by Durba. Gill driving inside, gets around Gamble, put up a shot that gets blocked by Hilliard. Ball is loose, but Hanley recovers. 15 to the shot clock for the Hornets as Hanley works the ball back up top and resets things for Mansfield. Back to Salisbury. Hands it off to Palanza. Driving in, left-handed shot falls. And a timeout, Oliver Ames, as the lead is now 7 with about 1:15 to go. Palanza connecting on a nice little layup underneath the basket. I'm far away, but I might have even seen contact there. I don't know, but wasn't called. 50-43, 1:15 to go. We'll see how things look coming out of the break. A minute 16 to go. Homer, Gamble, Durba, and Hilliard. For the Hornets, it's Hanley Santos who has taken control of this fourth quarter. Palanza, Salisbury, and Gill. Tigers in ball to Durba, and she gets things moving. Cameron Durba, Avery Gamble, now Cadence. Fakes the shot, steps back. Trying to get around Hanley here. A little bit of ball movement. It feeds to Hilliard inside. Good 2 points for the Tigers. 3-point game. Minute to go. Oh, 5-point game. Sorry. Gill gets stuck. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Gamble there. I think her hand was on that ball, but once again, I'm not as close as these refs. So who am I to say? Inside pass goes to Hanley with a fresh shot clock and under a minute to go for the Hornets. Tigers trying to force a turnover here. Cameron Durba. Defensive work. Hanley over to Gill now. Gill, three-pointer. No good, and a rebound goes to the Hornets. There's only a second in between the shot and game clock. Tigers got a foul. Tigers got a foul. What are they? Foul. There's only a second between the shot and game clock. They lose the ball. It's coming back. That's a turnover. It's going to be Tiger ball. 24 seconds, 5-point game. Tiger ball with an inbound coming underneath the basket. Cameron Durba into Hilliard quickly. Tigers got to move with speed. Durba with a long three, no good. Homer fighting for the rebound, saves it into Gamble. Got to move over to Durba, works it back out. She wanted to take the three. Are they going to say? They're going to say she stepped out on that back line. Oh no, that is not how you want this game to end. Inside to Hanley. Tigers got a foul. Hornets aren't in the bonus, so Tigers going to have to foul once or twice more until they get into the position they want. There's 10 on the clock. Inside to Salisbury. Tigers aren't fouling. And that's how this game... Oh, they are fouling, I guess. They just wanted to take 5 seconds off before they started. Five on the clock. Still not in the bonus. Gets in. 4 now. And the Hornets finally enter the bonus for one-on-ones. And they will send Santos to the line. Kara Santos. If you had to ask me, is the player of this game. Shot falls for Santos. Lead grows to 6. And she's going to get another one. So could put this game totally out of reach, if it's not already, with a made free throw here. Shot falls. Lead grows to 7. Durba going to take the 3. Not going to go, and that's how this one ends. 52-45. A hard-fought game on both sides. Defensively, all of Ames, a great game. Cadence Durba with a lot of blocks. Sarah Hilliard, Maddie Homer, lots of strips. Diving on loose balls, but on Mansfield's side of things, it was Hanley, Wagner, and especially Kara Santos connecting twice from beyond the arc, connecting a lot underneath, and drives Mansfield to a 52-45 win. So that's all tonight. Stay tuned for the next game. I've been Jack Ryan, and this has been Easton Community Access Television. Thank you very much.
Underwritten in part by Bank of Easton, Premier Properties, Law Office of Sutton and Sutton, Easton Historical Society and Museum. ECAT would like to thank all sponsors for making coverage of all this year's home games possible.